Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
What is up? What is up? What is up, Canes fam? I am Matty Ice. He is Caniacs, and he is Chris, and this is Canes calling live. Boys, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. How about you guys? I'm doing good. Chris, how about you, buddy?
I'm feeling good, brothers. I'm feeling good. Happy to be here.
I got my new Canes wear hat in today. My new Canes wear shirt.
We might have to match them and do a ring around the rosy. I got my stickers by AB.
Oh,
Miami
that shirt. That is hot. I like that.
There we go. Brand new, hot off the press. Matty Ice, what are you working with today?
I got myself the from gold teeth to gold jacket, Edgerrin James.
That's it.
Heck
yeah.
From One Apparel, bro.
I love it. Fresh shirt.
Yeah, dude, fresh shirt. Yo, speaking of stickers by AB, man, he's a sponsor, man.
Yeah,
he's a sponsor.
Yeah. So shout out to AB because that shirt, by the way, is.
Dude, I saw it, dude. I saw it and I had to buy it right away, man. There's your codes on the left and the right hand side. Bottom of the screen there, you got the stickers and Caniacs. What do we got on the bottom left there? I know we've been telling our fans about this for 3 weeks now. This code action.
The code, your promo code. If you use our code CCI. That's CCI 15. You'll get 15% off your total purchase.
I already used that. Baby.
I use it for my shirt, man. So I got 2 stickers as well. I got that Dorsey Andre Johnson 01, and I got that Ed Reed Goat sticker. So
yeah,
got to do it.
Yeah,
baby. Got to do
that
it.
presidential series. I like that.
So hit the website and use the code, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Take advantage, right? Yo, shout out Greg. How you doing, Greg?
There we go.
So,
People
boys, how's everything going? How's your weekends? Anything lively happen, huh, Chris? Anything?
Sounds like you might be leading the witness there. Yeah, there was some exciting. So I spent my entire Saturday getting everything garnered and gathered up for a little bathroom remodel. We're gonna remodel the master bath. So we spent the day picking out backsplashes and floor tile and showers and my new quartz countertops. So that was that. But Sunday was even better, and that was me and my wife finishing season 2 of The Mandalorian. Finally, and I still have not seen one Star Wars movie ever in my life. I will be starting that this 4th of July weekend, but my buddy said, you got to watch Mandalorian. You don't have to have seen any of the movies. So we banged it out about 2 weeks for both seasons, and I can't believe I waited this long, guys. So that was my weekend. What about you, Caniacs?
I can't top that.
You can't top Star Wars and bathroom remodels.
Nope, can't top that because this weekend we didn't do anything this weekend really.
Okay, it's your show, Matty Ice.
Yeah. What'd you do this weekend, Mr. Go Jacket?
Gold teeth. I didn't really do too much. I've been trying to get my girlfriend's sister into playing basketball or just any sport in general. So she finally, there's a basketball camp that started yesterday. And it's for all the girls that were like coming in and going to be freshmen. So she was like debating if she wanted to do it because she's never played before. And so she went and she actually had a lot of fun. So she went back today too. So it's for a week. So they said like, if you go to the camp, you're on the team. So I'm like, I got her, man. So I'm going to be training her. I'm going to be training her. For those of you who don't know, I coached high school basketball for a couple of years. Okay. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully she, sticks with it. But I mean, if she chooses another sport, I think it's good for a kid, to just play a sport
at least
in general.
Be playing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm
yeah.
sure you guys, I played basketball from first grade through my senior year of high school. I'm sure you did probably too, Matty Ice, huh?
Yeah, speaking of that, I had a men's league game last night. First time in a year and a half.
Oh. What'd you throw down, man? Did you throw down 10, 5, and 2?
No, dude, your boy. I was one because I'm a shooter, especially on this team because there's a lot of former college players that play in this league. So like I played in high school, you know what I mean? I know my role. We were missing our two best players besides we have Lum of the show, Tyrone Johnson, who played at Purdue. He's on our men's league team. He dropped 36, but he's probably our best player. But my two other buddies that are pretty good weren't there last night. We lost by 3. Your boy went 1 for 11 from 3. Disgusting, dude. I was throwing up some Home Depot bricks, bro. It was not good.
Dude, that sounds bowling shoe ugly, dude. You went ice cold.
My man said bowling shoe ugly.
It was bad.
That sounds like hypothermia, dude. Hypothermia, bro.
It was so bad that the guy that was guarding me on the other team was like, "It's okay, bro. One will fall. And I was like, thanks, bro. Thanks.
At least he had confidence in you.
Yeah. No, I think he just said that just to be. He probably had no confidence in me whatsoever. But next time we play them, man, because we play them again, I'm gonna be ready for that one.
Yeah, you need your California State 3-point champion dude to be because that was the guy that was missing.
He wasn't there. Yeah, Brendan. Yeah, he wasn't.
Brendan,
there.
That was his name. Yep.
Yeah, so we were missing a lot.
They're not going to call you Money Matt, dude. If you're clanking off the back of the rim 1 for 11, bro. So
I'm gonna really earn this Matty Ice nickname, and it's not going to be in a good way.
Right, exactly.
Dude, that's hypothermia going 1 for 11. Dude.
Oh my god!
Next week,
literally ice in my veins.
Yeah. We're gonna be ready for the stat line next week from Matty Ice.
Yeah. So boys, we got a pretty jam-packed show. We got Kelvin Harris, of course, coming on. Kane's legend.
We do.
We got some things we got to talk about. You know, Quan Lee situation, Wesley Besaint. We're going to talk about a little bit. Paradise Camp.
Yeah.
But first, we're going to start it off with our new favorite segment.
Oof.
Really random rankings. Let's go. Hit it.
There it is.
There it is. So, boys,
what do we got this week?
This week's topic, as provided by Chris. Top 5 action movies. I want to throw it. I mean, I feel like I always go to Chris first, so I'm going to switch it up, and we're going to go to Caniacs first.
I like it.
Count it down. We'll go from 5 to 1.
All right, number 5. I got to go with the Legend Kill Bill Volume 1.
Oh, okay.
Nice
I
move.
love
nice
Kill
move,
Bill
man.
Volume 1.
Okay.
Below that, number 4, I got The Predator.
I
like the original Predator. That was good.
Like where you're headed.
Number 3 is John Wick because like him, I love dogs, and you just don't be fucking with them, basically. And number 2, I don't think people know watch this one a lot, but The Transporter. I love the Transporter series.
That's
man.
a good one,
I love that series.
Okay.
And my number 1 all favorite is Rambo.
The OG,
the original
Rambo.
First Blood. Yeah.
First Blood. Okay, that was on my. That was like I was like debating. That was my number 6. Okay. Chris, what about you, bro?
Okay, well, I like where you're headed, Caniacs, because I know you're the oldest dude on the show. I'm second oldest dude, so I knew that you would have a Stallone and a Schwarzenegger in there. I knew you had to. So, all right, here we go. Number 5. Number 5 is going to be Taken with Liam Neeson. I figure, I've seen this 10, 15, 20 times, and I was debating if it was honorable mention, if it was going to make top 5, but it's in at number 5. So, number 4 is The Equalizer with Denzel. I don't know if it's the best Denzel movie ever, but it is. I think it's top 5 action movie of all time.
Oh,
badass.
yeah.
Absolutely badass. So that takes number 4. Number 3, I'm going with the original Kickboxer with Van Damme because for me, that storyline and then finally takes on Tong Po in the end. I'm a Van Damme guy, so that's number 3. Number 2 is Marked for Death, Steven Seagal. Remember when he takes on that Jamaican gang? I mean, that movie is just violent, dude, and Steven Seagal throws down. So that's number 2. And number 1 is my all-time favorite movie. It has been unchanged for 20 years, and that is Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme. So remember that one? It was set in New Orleans, and people are hunting people for sport, and he gets involved in it. And so that's what I got, man. I got some I got some honorable
Dude.
mentions just outside, but I didn't get any Stallone or any Schwarzenegger in there.
We got some similarities. The only thing I would say is some of these, like, I didn't consider them just because I thought they were more. Some were more sci-fi.
Mhm.
Some I thought were just like, I have like anything like martial arts and stuff I had separately. If
Okay.
that makes sense. Otherwise, I would have had like maybe like. Did you ever watch Bloodsport?
Oh,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude. That would have been on the list.
Dude, if you are watching this show right now and you've not fucking seen Bloodsport, then you
Get
got
the fuck out of here.
You got a date in 1 hour to go watch Bloodsport because
Don't even watch us.
We've
Go
all
put
seen
on Bloodsport.
We've all
Right.
seen Bloodsport, dude. We've all
Okay.
I love Bloodsport. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So let me get into my list then. We're
Okay,
gonna
come
go. I'll go number 5,
Yeah.
Equalizer.
Wonderful.
Number 4, Taken. I mean, you have to have. Honestly, you got to have Taken.
Me and you reversed 4 and 5. I love
Yeah,
it.
we reversed it.
Okay.
Number 3, I had Kill Bill, Volume 1.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Number 2, I had John Wick, and number 1, I'm so surprised no one even mentioned this. Die Hard was number 7, or Die. I got something funny about Die Hard.
Okay.
But number 1, Gladiator.
Ah.
Oh yeah, Gladiator.
Gladiator.
Yeah.
I don't consider it like a war one just because it's not really about, war specifically.
No,
It's
you're
during
right,
that
it's
time
not.
period.
Sure.
Yeah. I got one thing I got to say. Greg Bush, he brought up Die Hard. We might lose some viewers right here. I have never seen Die Hard and refuse to watch it because people consider it a Christmas movie. And I'm like, fuck no, it's not a Christmas movie. So I have refused to watch it.
Well, the Die Hard trilogy, or 4 or 5, however many there are, I actually have Die Hard 2 in my top 10. The one that's done at the airport. I have that in the 5 to 10 slot. But just missing my top 5 was Cobra with Stallone and
yeah.
Commando with Arnold. So just missing my top 5. So, dude, we got to show love to the 80s and 90s action stars, man. That's what I'm all about.
I mean,
Well, boys,
so many I could name too.
Hell yeah.
there's a lot. Before we kind of get into some football stuff, I just wanted to mention some basketball stuff. It's not a Christmas movie. Thank you, Greg Bush. Some people consider it one. Jeez, like, come on, what are you thinking? I know I referenced the basketball tournament and that Miami had a team in it. I messed up. I said June 24th, but it's actually in July.
Okay.
Which gives us more time because I didn't realize like when it was. So I'm gonna try to get some of those guys on if we can.
Oh hell yeah.
But yeah, and then also too, announcement today, Cam McGusty is coming back to the team. He was considering, going to the NBA, decided to come back to Miami. So always a plus when your second leading scorer, comes back.
Heck
There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also too, it was announced that they're going to be playing Penn State in December 1st, 2021 in the ACC Big Ten Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to be cool. But yeah, that's about it for basketball.
Like it.
The one thing I really wanted to talk about first was, do we want to start off with Wesley or Quan? Which one do you?
Let's
I guess they're kind of intertwined.
Let's start Wesley because that happened first.
Okay, so obviously, picture went around of Wesley throwing the U upside down.
Mhm.
What were your guys' thoughts about
Next
it?
week,
I
Greg.
remember when we had him on the show, and I was like, I don't want to see this pose, and it was that FSU pose,
Yeah.
and I was like, bro, I didn't know we'd have to worry about a different pose. So, but yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on the situation and stuff? Obviously, he rectified it in my eyes, but what are your guys' thoughts on this?
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, brother. So I actually got hit up by Wesley's uncle about 2 or 3 days before that happened. And he hit me up on my IG. You can see the handle there right below my face. And he hit me up and said, man, dude, I was dying watching my nephew on your show, man, when you tried to get him to cancel his Florida State visit. So then I see the picture going around, right? The picture of him throwing the U down. And I'm like, dude, as a Canes fan, absolutely, it stings, right? Not a good look, even if you plan on probably coming here. Not a good look. And so then I get hit up by his uncle again, and I had posted a thing on my story post on Instagram where, I think Kane Sport Magazine had interviewed him and said he knew it was wrong. He knew he shouldn't have done it. Yes, he didn't think the picture was going to get out, but that's kind of beside the point. But really what I got a lot of responses in my DMs about was people really respecting that he took ownership of it. He was a man and said, yeah, I messed up. And looking back, I shouldn't have done that. And then he rectified it by showing up at Paradise Camp, even though he didn't participate. So he showed up at the school that's really been showing him love as their number one target this whole time.
Yeah,
so
and he left the FSU visit early too.
He did.
Yep,
and so
left it early. And let's go ahead and clarify this for some of those trolls from FSU. He was not off to the side standing by himself.
No, he was not.
So
he was not.
No.
Absolutely,
he was talking to a lot of greatness. So
he was.
Yeah, you just think he was off to the side. That's fine.
Yeah. So that's my thoughts, man. I mean, yeah, it stung for a couple days, but I think he rectified it, just like you brought up, Matty Ice. Did he not?
I think so too. What do you think, Caniacs?
I think so too. Yeah, you don't want to see it. I mean, UNC started that BS, and now it seems to be catching on. And if that's what the FSU coaches have to, put into their recruitment, into their negative recruiting against Miami, is to try to get. I mean, man, I hope we whoop your asses 72-10 this year. Come on, man. That is just. How can you believe? Why are you doing that to these kids, making them do that? Because I understand, but come on, he's in the middle of the situation. The coach is standing there right there next to him, and he says, do this with me. I mean, as a 17-year-old kid, he's not going to sit there and say, no. He's going to pop it down real quick.
Exactly.
I mean, but,
it is
what it is.
At least you're not like your boy Toast, man, because the day that happened, Toast tweeted out, he said, man, that dude better only show up on campus as an Uber driver from now on.
Yeah.
He was burned. Baby, a lot of dudes were burned after that you went down.
I can't wait to the day we have Toast on, because I'm going to have a lot of things to say to him about the Miami Hurricanes and stuff. It's going to be funny.
There we go. What about our second guy that we're going to discuss here, Matty Ice?
Well, yeah. And I mean, I think too, like, don't you think that the whole situation, before we move on to Quan, like, I feel like his recruitment, like, if anything, it strengthened the ties to Miami, if not, right? Like, and kind of pushed him away a little bit from FSU because of that whole situation. Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you don't.
I also heard that Mama was on his phone immediately going, "What the hell are you doing?" So, dude, that might have had a little something to do with it too.
Mama knows best.
Exactly. His mom follows us, and I follow him, like, on the Canes Callin Instagram, and she's really funny, man. She's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's funny. But yeah. So moving on, man. Obviously, we lost a commit. I think a lot of people saw this coming. Quan Lee, writing
was on the wall, man.
Scratch that one off. I don't know. I mean, we're not inside the program, but it kind of seems like it was more of Miami dropping him than, he leaving, decommitting. What are your guys' thoughts? Obviously, he was someone that he had said he was shutting down his recruitment. This was it. And then immediately, like, 2 days later, took a visit to UCF, and then, like, another unofficial to UCF, and was kind of playing games. What were your guys' thoughts on this situation? Caniacs?
Well, he does have a moving company now, so
that'll help him, right?
Brother Caniacs, drop it, baby. Brother Caniacs.
Now that'll help him when he moves to Orlando, because you got all these people coming with big dreams when they move to a Disney World, the magic, and then they get to Orlando, like, man, this place fucking sucks, and then they got to leave. So not only is he going to have a moving people into Orlando, he's going to be moving people out of Orlando. So it's a good move for him, man. He's going to make a lot of money.
And he's already got the whip, dude. He can just load it up.
Yeah, he's got the whip loaded up. He's like, let's ride. Well, but I mean, like I said last time, it wouldn't have been probably such a big deal, but he said he was shutting it down. And Manny said, and it was reported, I'm going to say I read it on 24/7, that Manny said that, if you're looking, we're looking, and pretty much told him that. So, and he went anyway. So.
And I think that's a great point, because, the whole new era, the new way that Miami recruits, when they say, will you commit to us? We want you to shut it down and not take other visits. And I think, correction, Matty Ice, I think he was, I don't know if he was at UF or maybe Syracuse or somewhere. He was somewhere right after he posted on Twitter a few weeks ago that it was 100% shut down.
Was he at Georgia?
I think it was Georgia. He was at UCF most recently. And so I agree with Caniacs, dude. I mean, he seemed to be a little bit of a kind of an attention hog, and I don't know if maybe he used Miami's commitment to kind of prop him up to do other things. Whatever the case may be, we'll see where he goes. But for me, it's one of those things where, you know, if you're looking, we're looking, and he knows, and he was probably told the way that Miami does recruiting once you commit, and then the first thing he's on a flight elsewhere, and he's, you know, in another jersey, and so yeah, maybe Miami backed off, like you said, we're not inside the program, but for me, dude, I mean, the dude says he's shutting down his recruitment, then he takes these visits, and then he decommits yesterday and fucking drops the top 26, and I'm like, remember what I said last week? It's these 17-year-olds, dude. They don't even know what they're doing next week, let alone do we know. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not butthurt by it, but I don't know. He seemed to be a little bit of an attention hog.
Well, and let's kind of like let's straighten things out in terms of like it wasn't the fact that he was committed and he was taking these visits.
Not at all. Not at all.
It was the fact that he said, "Oh, I'm shutting it down," and then immediately is looking at all these schools and posting all these other things. You know.
Yeah, if you say I'm shutting down my recruitment, that doesn't mean that you get on the next plane to Athens, right? I mean, we're talking about like, I mean, you know, so hypocrite at its finest, but you know, this is a 17-year-old kid. He can do what he wants with his life. I'm not going to miss him. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, we're still early in the whole process too. I know people are still concerned about our numbers and stuff, but you just got to wait and see what's going on. There's a lot of commits that are going to be announcing in the first week of July and mid-July. So let's see how things are by then.
The biggest one is on the 2nd of July now. One of the big recruits moved it. One of their
there's a lot on July 4th.
Yeah,
right.
I know, like, I think
Durant said that. I heard that today. So
was that Devon Jackson, the linebacker? He said he was moving up to the 2nd. Was that?
That might be the one.
Yeah. That's kind of an ASU Miami battle.
Yeah. But we got a lot, man. We got a lot with the Zane Durant announcement. We got the Jacoby Spells announcement, the Chris Graves announcement. So, you know, we'll see how things go down. I think the first 2 weeks of July, like you said, Matty Ice, the first 2 weeks of July, we'll get some new Canes.
Yeah. So with that being said, Caniacs, I think we have our guest here.
We do. Are you
we
guys
do.
ready to get
Let's
into
rock
this?
and roll, baby. All right. Joining us now live on the Canes Call-In Show, we got 3-time Miami Hurricanes national champion. We got the host of the U podcast and sometimes contributing to Manny Navarro's podcast, Wide Right, Mr. Kelvin Harris. How you doing tonight, buddy?
All right. How are you doing?
We're doing very good, man. We're doing very good. We appreciate you spending a little Tuesday night with us, man.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah, I'd like to say that I'm going to probably have to ask Manny for a raise because I'm keeping him from getting fired. And,
are we talking Navarro or Diaz? Who are we talking about?
Navarro.
Well, maybe he can just get rid of Mike Zimmerman. I know he's your best buddy, but
those guys with those New York accents. those guys with those New York accents just jeez.
God, that's funny.
Well, hey, Kelvin, so you know, I know I booked you on this show about 2 months ago, and for me, this was one of the interviews I was looking forward to the absolute most because listening to Wide Right and listening to you on there, you were the one that really got me hooked on and intrigued by offensive line play, man. So this is a treat for me and for all of our viewers tonight.
It's always in the trenches. That's where the game is won, offensive line and defensive line.
There we go. And
you heard in a pretty good situation in both.
Hell yeah. And we're going to dive into that tonight with you, Kelvin. What I want to do, Kelvin, is we're going to start things off with my dude, Matty Ice here. We like to play a little game when we bring guests on, and it's a game called All Hype or Sounds Right. He's going to throw a few scenarios at you, and you tell us if you're buying or selling.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite game show, All Hype or Sounds Right.
What's up, Kelvin? Thank you so much for coming on tonight, man. We're really excited.
Hey, no problem.
All right, so we're going to get right into this. You're going to tell us if something is all hype, sounds right, sounds legit to you. First one for you. Zion Nelson will be a first-round draft pick next year.
Sounds right.
Boom!
Oh,
that was
didn't
fast
even have
too.
to think
No
about
hesitation.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay,
No
next one. I think you're going to really like this one. Kelvin Harris is a better Canes personality than Mike Zimmerman.
Oh. I don't even have to answer that.
let loose if you want to, Kelvin.
How's that guy even have a job?
we knew that guy. We knew that was coming.
That's funny.
I love it. Okay. Kelvin, so Miami allowed 2.73 sacks per game in 2020, which ranked 19th or 98th in the country. Sorry. In 2019, they ranked 127th. So all hype sounds right. Miami will rank in the top 75 for sacks allowed per game next year.
Sounds right.
Sounds right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Top
Awesome.
50.
There we go.
Oh,
I like that even better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah.
I like that a lot.
That's a huge improvement too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 4. Coach Jimmy Johnson gave the best hype speeches to get y'all ready to play.
Sounds right. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just him. We had players too. Like I was talking about in the documentary with Mel. You know, Jimmy would give this speech, and he was pretty good. But then right before the game, he would have all the coaches and the trainers, managers, everybody leave and just be the players, and then 1 or 2 players would give a speech, and that usually topped off with Jimmy. But he was good. He was real good. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, Kelvin, we're excited to get into this. So I'm going to throw it over to Chris because we got some questions that we want to know the answers to, man. So
Okay.
Let's rock and roll. All right, Kelvin. So let's do a few leadoff questions before we dive into the O-line. And I think what I wanted to know to kind of kick things off is, 3-time national champion with the Miami Hurricanes. Could you walk me through the differences of what you thought, playing for Jimmy and for Dennis, and kind of what was the difference between those two guys as coaches?
Dennis was a lot more laid back. Jimmy was a killer.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great marketer, and he was a delegator because even though he was a defensive-based coach, he let Coach Wannstedt run the defense. And I mean, I know behind the scenes he would probably give some advice if Coach Wannstedt wanted it, but he stayed out of it. And then Gary Stevens completely ran the offense. Dennis was hands-on with the offense, and he stayed out of the defense because it was the defense that Jimmy had brought, and he basically made his guys learn the terminology and the defense. So the first couple of years, the players basically ran the defense.
Okay.
Especially in '89. But Coach Erickson was a more laid-back coach. Jimmy was a treacherous guy. I mean, he's a great coach, but he was a no-nonsense, guy. And, not that Coach Erickson wasn't, but it was a little different.
Sure.
A little different. Wasn't as much, Coach Erickson was kind of like your uncle, He was a great guy, great mind, but I can see guys joked around a little bit more with Coach Erickson than they did Coach Johnson. I mean, Coach Johnson was real serious all the time.
Sure.
I mean, he had his light side, but Coach Erickson was a lot more laid back, way more laid back.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I appreciate it, Kelvin. Well, the second question I had was, do you have a favorite memory as a Miami Hurricane? I mean, can you narrow it down to one during those days of playing for Jimmy and Dennis? Is there one for you or no?
Favorite memory?
And does anything stick out, or you can't narrow it down to one?
Yeah, you know what? In the huddle, 4th and 6.
Oh.
Gino looks at Horace and says, "You better not fuck this up." And he makes the catch.
Oh my God. For the national title.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
Because we couldn't hear anything.
Okay.
It was so loud. And we went for it, and Gino was like, "Hey, it's going to you, Horace. You got T-Buck on you. I'm gonna throw it up. You better not fucking drop it."
That's a good
Oh
Gino
my
Toretto.
God.
Good Gino Toretto story.
love it.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Hey, Kelvin. So I
Yeah,
gotta
that-
ask you.
That and the field goal. That and the guy missing the field goal.
Oh.
Those
Oh,
two.
yeah.
For sure. For sure. For sure.
So Kelvin, I gotta ask you. During the '91 season, you actually played against my alma mater, Cal State Long Beach.
Oh.
I don't know if do you remember this game?
Yes.
So you guys absolutely massacred them. It was like 55-0, I think. Cal State Long Beach actually ended their football program after that season. So you guys beat them so
Willie
bad.
Brown was the coach.
Yeah, Willie Brown was the coach, and their football
we
program
actually
was
got
done.
Chad Wilson. Like the next year, Chad Wilson transferred.
Oh, okay.
He didn't have to sit out a
okay.
year, I don't think,
Oh, gotcha.
because
Yeah,
gotcha.
since
the
they-
program ended. Actually, another memory. We come in that Monday. You know, you have your Monday meeting. You go over the personnel for the team. Coach Erickson starts out the meeting and says, "Look, if you guys aren't up 49-0 at halftime, I'm gonna run the shit out of you the next week." We was like, "What the fuck?" We were up 42-0 at halftime, so he let it go. But
Ooh, that's
you know,
close.
you first wait 49-0 at halftime, and then we watched them. We watched them on film. We're like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Okay, we better.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I like
They were
that.
they were pretty bad.
Yeah, it was only right I became a Miami Hurricanes fan. Beat the shit out of my school.
Man, they were bad. They were bad.
They were bad. Well, Kelvin, we'll do one more question before we dive into some O-line talk. So I wanted to ask you, is it true, 100% true, that like we've heard many times, we heard it on the U documentary, that the practices were 100% tougher than the games on Green Tree?
A lot of times, yes. Unless, you know, you were playing Florida State or maybe Notre Dame, you know,
Okay.
it went up another level. But yeah, Penn State maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. Especially the first year in '89, we had Cortez and Jimmy Jones and Russell.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh.
and we were learning the offense, and I had just got moved to offense,
Mhm.
and actually, it probably was a little easier for me because I didn't have any preconceived notions of you know, habits.
Sure.
But it was tough. Man, yeah, it was. And then, you know, what was funny was the first game we played under Erickson was against Wisconsin, and we beat them like 51-3.
Okay.
And it was nowhere near like practice.
There it
They
is.
were terrible. I mean,
Oh, man.
it was
That's
a cakewalk.
Yeah, I think Wisconsin made it up to us the last few years in some of these bowl games, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, they were in the rebuilding. They were in a rebuilding phase, and we actually went up there. And I remember we were running inside zone, and one of the guys was like, "Why you guys still going hard? The game's over." Like, what?
They couldn't stop
Oh
the
my
inside
God.
zone, huh?
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah, but no, the practices were pretty tough. Inside run, one-on-ones, yeah. It definitely made the games a lot easier.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There it is. We heard it. So,
Definitely.
all right, Kelvin, let's go into some bread and butter, man. Let's go into this Miami Hurricanes 2021 offensive line. I got quite a few questions here for you, man, and we're going to break this down position by position. So, all right, my first question for you, Kelvin, is I know Ja'Kai Clark is out right now, and I saw a thing a couple days ago that he's probably not going to be ready to go for Alabama. But I wanted you to, for our listeners and our viewers, if you could break down that Jalen Rivers Ja'Kai Clark battle that they're doing for starting left guard, and kind of what do you see and like from both players?
Well, Ja'Kai is a smart, consistent kid. He's got pretty good technique. He has to because he's smaller.
Okay.
Jalen Rivers is going to be All-American. Um, I think what's going to happen is Jakai is going to be the swing guy. He'll play guard and center because he's going to be the center next year in 22.
Sure.
Jalen Rivers is, from all accounts, talking to players. Oops. Have him call me back.
Good man.
There you go.
Yeah, Jalen Rivers.
Thank you.
Jalen Rivers is going to be really good. He's downhill. He's real aggressive, and he's not bad in the pass pro game. Jakai, a lot of fans I think they thought we should replace him, but he was pretty consistent. But he's a better center than he is a guard. He'll be a really good center for us for at least 2 years, because I think he'll have 2 years as a center. But I'm excited to see Jalen Rivers against Alabama because I think it's going to be like a coming out party for him, to the nation.
Yeah, and I was thinking, Jalen Rivers was a high school All-American. People have been saying in spring ball that he was the strongest dude on the offensive line. When you got hit by Jalen Rivers, you got popped. So I wanted to see if you were on the same Jalen Rivers bandwagon as I've been on for about a year now.
Well, on top of that, he's a smart kid and he's got really good technique. And he's every bit of 330 pounds, 325. So
sure,
it's going to be interesting to see him go against Alabama.
Sure, absolutely.
Because I think he can get it done. I
do too. Yeah, and I can't wait to watch that. And that brings me over to kind of the right side of the offensive line. And so when we talk about DJ Scaife, DJ Scaife, he's got the most starts of anybody on our O-line. And so I wanted to ask you how you see the right tackle position playing out with him and Jared Williams, and stuff I heard the last few weeks is that he might have the edge on Jared Williams coming in here to this 2021 season.
He had a little better spring. I think they're both going to play because they both do good things. Jared didn't have a bad year last year. He was hurt a part of the season with a bad hand.
Sure.
But he's gonna be tough. But Scaife is a fighter, and for whatever reason, he plays it better at tackle than he does at guard. So I think Coach Justice is gonna have to find a way to play both of them. I think they're both gonna earn playing time. I think Scaife might end up playing a little bit of guard, when Nervon goes out.
Sure.
They're 10 deep. So I guess Coach Justice has a good problem. He's got 10 guys that he can play. 10 guys that have started, because, the guy that transferred in from Vegas, he started like 20 games in his career.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
So he's in a good situation. I think the problem he's got now is to keep everybody happy with the playing time. But they're going to earn that. So
there we go. I like it. Well, Kelvin, we all know Zion has been the talk of certainly in this offseason of the offensive line. And so I wanted to get down to business with you here on Zion. So last month I saw Todd McShay break down, and he did Zion going as the number 5 overall pick in next year's draft. And so Zion is a true freshman. Could be number 1, right? I saw that yesterday. Someone said he could go number 1. And so, right, we saw him in 2019, right? So he starts at left tackle. He gave up more sacks. He gave up 12 sacks than any other Power 5 offensive tackle. And then we go to last year, and he only gave up 3 sacks and only allowed 12 pressures on 382 pass block attempts. So they said that his pass blocking efficiency score last year of 97.9 was tied with 2021 first-round draft pick left tackle Alex Leatherwood from Alabama. Was tied. His pass blocking efficiency score was tied with Alex Leatherwood. So, I mean, for me, this is quite simply with the improvements and the numbers that he's made. I mean, is Zion Nelson the real deal going into year 3?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because some fans are holding his freshman year against him,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows that they really don't watch offensive line play. Actually, when he came in as a true freshman and he won the left tackle spot in spring,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of figured that he was going to end up where he's at now because he had to build and he was getting thrown into the fire. And one of the things that hurt him as a true freshman is that Butch Berry was using the technique that he had in playing uh, was putting him at a disadvantage.
Mm.
And so Garen
Okay.
came in and he had to change the footwork, and he got the footwork changed, and he just took off. He's
Okay.
got long arms, long torso, uh, great feet, and he handles the weight well. He's 315 right now, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and basically he's seen every werewolf that can be thrown at him. So it's not like there's going to be somebody on the schedule. You know, Will Anderson, the guy from Alabama, is highly touted. He had a great true freshman season,
Sure.
and when you look at him, you say, yeah, he's a good player, but I got to be honest with you, he doesn't really do anything that would keep Zion up at night other than just a motor, his motor. Like he's got some of that Greg Russo in him that he just doesn't stop coming to, you know, after the quarterback.
Sure.
But to be honest with you, I think that's going to be the key to the game. If Zion plays like I think he will, that's going to force Alabama to blitz, and that's going to leave, you know, their corners and
One-on-ones.
linebackers one-on-one, and that's where we have the advantage. We have a quickness advantage. So
Sure.
he is the key to the game. Him and Scaife and Williams,
There we go. There we go.
and I think he will be able to stand up to the challenge.
Well, and like you said, right? 2 years ago, his first game was against Florida. He got baptized all night long, and then now I saw a few days ago on Twitter you said Zion Nelson is the best pass blocking left tackle in college football. Is he not?
He is.
He is. He is.
Yes, he is. There's
So there
a
we
couple
go.
of there's a guy at Mississippi State Cross who has potential, but you know he's got some got a ways to go. He'll be a first round pick as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy at Texas A&M Green, who was a left guard last year, he's a left tackle, but he'll probably play guard or right tackle in the league. And then you got Evan Neal, who's moved over to left tackle at Alabama.
Yep.
He'll be a right tackle or a left guard in the league. He won't be a left tackle. I can't see him playing left tackle.
Okay. Okay. So it's all
So-
Zion, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I like
I
it.
agree. Definitely, he's got a chance to be special. He's got a good work ethic. He's got a great frame. He's got good technique. He just
Mhm.
needs to just come out and just do what he did the last half of last year. And his
He'll be
mom
fine.
is crying on draft day.
There we go. There we go. Well, let's move to the other side of the offensive line, Kelvin. And so, what I wanted to know, and I think many of our viewers and listeners would want to know also, is how do you grade out Navon Donaldson now that he's switched over to the right guard after missing almost all last year? We saw him a little bit in the bowl game, but what I wanted to know is how do you grade him out, and is this absolutely crucial for our run game, switching over to the right side of the ball at right guard?
Well, he played right guard as a true freshman, so
There you
it's
go.
nothing that will be foreign to him. And I think he's around 350, so he's in good shape. And hey, it's a money year for him. Ain't no more do-overs. So
Sure.
he's focused. And I think with him and Rivers as the guards, we should be able to run the ball against anybody.
There
I
we
see
go.
anybody.
There we go.
People movers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
There we
Yeah.
go.
If he has a good year, he could make himself some money.
Yeah, and that
But
was
he's
going to be
got-
kind of my follow up. Was do you think he could be a first, second round type of guy if he blows up this year?
Guards are hard. It's hard for guards to go in the first round, but
Okay.
I think he could be second, third rounder. Yeah,
Hmm.
he'd have to have a great season to go in the first round because they would find I think they would find flaws, like with the knee injury and the weight.
Sure.
But I could see a team definitely taking him in the third round, late second round, if he has a good year, because he's already got the size, he's got the experience. I think the biggest issue is how's that knee going to hold up, and do they feel like he's motivated enough to stay in shape?
Sure.
So that's going to cost him. The weight problem is going to probably cost him.
There we go. Okay. All right. Well, let's move to the man in the middle, the same position you played, Kelvin, and we can't leave out our center, Corey Gaynor, right? So you played this position at an extremely high level, and I wanted to know what catches your eye with him as a leader and a veteran on this football team.
He's gotten better. He started to play lower. He's more mobile than I thought he was. I mean, he gets down there. He kind of reminds me of Romberg.
Okay, Brett, there we go.
I don't think he's as athletic as Brett, but they're similar players. And I think he went up against some really big, tough guys last year. I think he's got to get a little bit stronger in his legs, play a little bit lower, even lower. And, he works good with the guards. He's pretty decent as a pass blocker. And he is the leader. He knows the fronts. He can, set the protections. And so it's just a matter of him, just like with Nervon, taking it to another level because money's on the line. Because he's not coming back. I don't foresee him coming back for 22. So, he's got to make it happen. And he's focused. He's always been pretty focused. He's really focused. They're all focused.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
There we go. So get our Corey Gaynor analysis out of the way. So I'm gonna hit you with the stat right now, Kelvin. So here's your Miami stat of the day, since we didn't do it in our opening segment. Miami's 2021 offensive line returns 165 career starts. That's the most of any college football team since 2009. Whew. So what I want to know, Kelvin, is who's your player to watch on the 2 deep? Let's say a non-starter. Who do you got your eyes on as a non-starter since we're 10 deep on this unit?
John Campbell.
Oh, big John Campbell.
Because John Campbell can play both guard and tackle. He started at guard and both tackle positions. He started at left guard and at left and right tackle. Mm-hmm. And he's the heir apparent to be the left tackle when Zion leaves after this year. Okay. So I expect him to get some playing time. He's got starts just as well. And also the guy that transferred in from UNLV. He's also started at 3 different positions, both tackles and a right guard. Left guard. So those 2 guys, and then we're 10 deep because then you still got Trey Orr, who started a couple of games.
Yeah.
And then Jakai, so that's, and you can't really Cleveland Reed is coming back from shoulder injury.
Sure.
So he's not shoulder, but a pec. He had a pec in spring. So he should be ready to go. So that's 11 guys.
There you go. So I think
not to mention the McLaughlin kid. They were really high on him before he got hurt.
Big time. Yeah. He was putting weight on and he was looking real good.
Yeah, they showed a picture of him. He looks nice.
He does look nice. He does look nice. Well,
boy.
Well, and let's talk about one of them other young guys. So let's talk about Isaiah Walker, offensive tackle Isaiah Walker. So 6'5", 280, high school All-American 2 years ago. Manny wanted him bad. He went up to Florida, then he transfers back in from the Gators here to us. So top 15 offensive tackle in the nation 2 years ago. So I wanted to know kind of where do you see him fitting into the rotation, and what do you like about Isaiah's skill set?
Well, he missed a lot of time last year through injuries and some personal stuff. So he's playing catch up because I don't think he practiced in spring.
Okay.
And they really like him. He's got to get a little bit bigger. And I think this year is just going to be one of those years where he gets his feet wet.
Okay.
Hopefully he gets some playing time. Appalachian State. Don't we play Central Connecticut? I think Central Connecticut State. So a lot of the young guys hopefully can get some playing time in those 2 games, and maybe in some other
Florida
blowouts.
State.
Florida State.
Yeah, that would be nice. So, but I look at him to be a starter in 23.
Sure.
I think this year he'll get his feet wet. He'll get into the rotation in 22, and then he'll be a starter in 23. And they've been real patient with him, and he's been easy. He's been locked in with the staff. He hasn't been a problem as far as like attitude or
sure
academics. So it's a good situation. It's just patience, and then he likes being in South Florida because he's a mama's boy. So this is a great situation for him. A great situation for us because this is how, like, if you look at Iowa and Penn State and Wisconsin, that's how they do. They develop guys over a 3-4 year period. I mean, guys redshirt, put on weight. First year, they maybe get, scrap time. And then the sophomore year, either they're starting or they're in the rotation. And so that's the situation, I think, for Isaiah Walker.
Sure. All right. There we go. We'll see him get his feet wet, and then we'll go from there in the years to come. And you just alluded to this a second ago, Kelvin, when you brought up Michael McLaughlin. So I was going to ask you about the incoming 2021 recruiting class that's all now on campus. And I was going to say, do you have your eye on Big Baby Seymour, or Michael McLaughlin, or Ryan Rodriguez? And, Big Baby Seymour, all 3 of them. Big Baby Seymour is a 3-time state champ. And I saw he was the 3rd highest ranked offensive line player we've got since 2018. So just wanted to see if you had a little breakdown on those 3 guys.
Well, Big Baby has been Big Baby for a long time, and he may not be the biggest as far as like height wise, but he is technically sound and he is tough. And I think he can play any of the inside 3 positions. And Rodriguez was really good last year, and he's a little bigger. He's, as far as height wise, he's 6'4", maybe 285.
Sure.
And he's a center that can play guard. So both of those guys are versatile, and they're going to be really good, both of them, I think. And the McLaughlin kid surprised everybody. So we got 3, table setters for the future. Hopefully we don't have to see them until maybe 23.
Okay.
They'll probably get their feet wet in 22, but in 23, it's going to be their show, and they'll be ready. Because they'll probably all get redshirted this year. I don't see them have. If they have to play, that means we had a ton of injuries.
Sure.
Right. Yeah.
There we go. We'll see him in 2023, just like we said with Isaiah here a moment ago. So next question I got for you, Kelvin. Break down our offensive line coach, Garin Justice. And what I mean by that is, why was Garin Justice the right hire prior to the 2020 season? And what do you like about his teaching philosophies and how he runs the unit?
Well, he emphasizes run blocking. But he's just great with the kids. The kids love him. I mean, and it's weird because you're talking about 6'9" white guy from West Virginia who went to FAU, and those kids loved him. And FAU had nothing but like Dade and Broward kids.
Sure.
And I remember Manny Navarro did an interview with one of the guys that was from either Central. Yeah, he's from Central. And he just broke it down for Manny. He was like, then there was a thing about the wife making brownies and cookies for the kids. And, it's just, he coaches them tough, but I think Jalen Rose says this all the time. He says, kids don't care what you think until they think you care. And I think he has shown the kids that he cares at all of his stops, because it was the same thing at UNLV. And then he's been a head coach before at a smaller level.
Sure.
And then at UNLV, he called the plays.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, he has great, he teaches good technique. He understands the offense, and he's great with the kids. And talking to him, he really likes being in South Florida. So, I was joking with him one day. I said, I don't want to see you going to Alabama. And he's like, no, him and his family are happy here. So unless he gets a pro job, I can't see him leaving unless it's to get a head coaching job.
Sure.
So hopefully we can keep him for 4 or 5 years and get some continuity development. And then he's also a pretty damn good recruiter too, because the recruits are taken to him. So
absolutely,
we got lucky with him and Jeff Simpson. We got a really good O-line coach and a really good D-line coach, and that is necessary.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. You got to have both. You got to have both those, and everybody loves Jess, right? No.
Hold that.
He's dropping us.
Hello.
Literally.
All right, we're back. We're good.
Bud.
We're good, Kelvin. We're good, Kelvin. Hey, so Kelvin, I wanted to.
Hello.
Yo, you there, buddy? You there?
We hear him.
We can hear him.
Hold on a second.
No worries, buddy. No worries.
No worries.
I can edit this out later.
Hello?
Yeah,
you there, Kelvin? You there?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Kelvin. So one of the next question I got for you, man, and any of us that are on the show or that are watching right now that have listened to Wide Right, anytime you're on there are 2 offensive linemen on this team.
I won't say their names.
That remain nameless, right? You will not do it, and you only refer to them by their numbers. And so my question is, that we could ask you this last year, are either one of those 2 numbers going to get any burn this year?
No.
He's like, damn, I hope not.
No.
Just
actually, there's a third guy who I won't mention his name. Okay. I don't even know his number.
we might have to look him up then.
The kid from Memphis. That's all I'm gonna refer to him as.
Okay.
The kid from Memphis.
Yeah,
okay.
75 is just on a vacation. I just think that he's gonna get it. The thing about it is both of those kids go to class and they they're just not lounging. They are actually going to class. So
okay.
And I think both of them are going to take advantage of this and get masters. But no, they won't see any burn.
There it is, and we're only going to refer to them by numbers. There we go. So moving on to our next question, Kelvin, and I appreciate, and I know all of our listeners and viewers do. I appreciate this O-line talk, but let's move on to the opening game of the season, baby. Let's move on to Labor Day weekend, and give me your prediction of how you see this playing out against Alabama and Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta.
Well, it's one of those styles makes fights type games. Obviously, in the fan base's eyes, and even in a lot of my alumni eyes, the North Carolina game is still a bad taste. So they expect Alabama to come and run the ball down our throat. Now, we do have, I guess, out of all the positions on the team, linebacker is the biggest question mark.
Sure.
Honestly, I think it's really just a will position because, Sam Brooks was hurt during the spring. He didn't get the chance to practice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he'll be the starter. Now, Keontra Smith moved over there, and he actually did a pretty decent job in the spring at the will position when he played it. Mm-hmm. But I would expect Sam Brooks to be the starter and Keontra Smith and Wayne Steed to provide depth. But the thing is, Alabama's got a really nice right guard, Ikior. I think that's how you say his name, Emil Ikior.
Okay.
And he's about 330, and he's in the same mold as Deontay Brown and a couple of the other guys they had at that position. They got a question mark at their left guard. The left tackle is a road grader. He's a great run blocker. Neil. The right tackle is a question mark, though.
Okay.
Now, their center, I love their center. He's a Swiss Army knife. He's played tackle for him. He's played guard for him, but he's really good at center. When Landon Dickerson got hurt, you couldn't tell the difference.
Sure.
So it's going to come down to John Ford and Jordan Miller.
Oof. Big guys in the middle.
Yeah. Well, on the strong side, because they'll be the left defensive tackles. They've got to create a stalemate in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage. And then Nesta and Harrison Hunt, who will probably be the right defensive tackles, play a lot of 3-tech. They're the pass rushers.
Sure.
Those guys got to make plays. But both defensive tackles that play have to keep those guys off of Corey Flagg, because if he's able to maneuver, he can make a lot of tackles. And then Sam Brooks or whoever's playing Will is going to have to fill, because they're going to get H-backs. They're going to get guards pulling on them.
Yep.
And that's the key to the game. On the other side, they're going to be really good defensively, but they're very big.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not very quick, even at corner.
Okay.
They're big guys. We have a lot of quickness. So that's why I say if Zion Nelson and the right tackles protect, that's going to force them to blitz, which I don't know if their safeties can cover man-to-man because they've never had to.
Sure.
But if you can't, and they're going to blitz us because we've shown a history of not being able to pick up the blitz. So what's going to happen here is if we pick up the blitz against them, and De'Aaron King, I really feel like De'Aaron King is going to have an introduction to the nation. I mean, people saw him last year, but I think he's going to put his pitch in to win the Heisman against Alabama.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Mobile quarterbacks always give Alabama trouble.
Sure.
So, and then you got to remember something. Rhett Lashley is very familiar with Alabama's defense. He saw it for 7 years?
Sure.
So it's going to be, if they can't get to our quarterback, it could be a long night for them, because Harley, Mallory, Rambo, and keep an eye on Keyshawn Smith. That's the guy I really think could have a breakout game, because he is the guy that definitely stretches the field for us. And if him and Rambo can stretch the field, that opens up the middle of the field for crossing routes, the tight end, and the seam. It could be interesting. But to really be honest with you, we have to stop the run. They don't have a lot of fast twitch players. And if Tariq Stevenson lives up to the hype, I think he can shut Michi down.
Oh, there you go.
Then it becomes a situation of Ivy and Blades. Can they get it done?
Yep.
So we when you look at the two rosters, we're the veteran team. We got a All-American, and that's the other thing in the kicking game. I think Lou Headley is going to help us out a lot by keeping them pinned.
Sure.
And if we need a field goal, Boyle Gallas can go 55 in.
Yep.
So we already have an advantage in the kicking game. We just have to not turn the ball over and protect the quarterback. And our will linebackers have to come to play.
Yeah. Well, and Kelvin, as of this morning, and this has been going up, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. As of this morning, per Odds Shark, the spread is 19. Alabama favored by 19. Obviously, it's the highest it's been over the last month, steadily increasing. So, are you taking the Canes? 19-point underdog, or what are you taking if you're a betting man? There we go.
Oh,
there we
too.
go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think Alabama's going to beat this football team by 19 points.
No, I don't think so either.
And you alluded to it already a few seconds ago.
Greg.
This is the second most returning starters in all of college football on both sides of the football. Miami's got the second most returning starters.
I mean, we're the experienced team.
Yeah.
And then there's another thing that, I know that their quarterback is highly touted, but this is his first start.
Sure.
and there's going to be a lot of kinks that need to be worked out.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean,
if we get any pressure on him, I just think that it could be a long night for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nesta's got to have a big game.
You can't count Nick Saban out because he's an
Absolutely
old crusty veteran. So
can't count him out.
But I think this could be the statement game that we've been waiting for.
Sure.
The stars are aligned in our favor. We just got to sink the jumpers.
There we go. I love it. I love it, Kelvin. I love it. Well, Kelvin, I only got 2 more questions for you, man. So leading into that Alabama prediction that you just gave us, a phenomenal breakdown for everybody watching. Is this upper class and talent loaded 2021 Miami team, like I just said, second most starters returning in college football? Is this the best chance we have of breaking Clemson's streak of 6 ACC titles in a row? If this is the team, is this it? What we got on the roster?
So far, it is, yes.
Okay.
We have a veteran quarterback. Now their quarterback is good, but I just think De'Aaron King could have a special year.
Mm-hmm.
They got a really good defensive line. They got tall receivers. What they don't have is Travis Etienne. That's a big deal.
That's a real big deal.
And Justin Ross is going to be a problem, but they're beatable.
Sure,
definitely beatable.
Sure, I like it. All right, Kelvin, this is the last question I got for you, man. And we saw a little bit of a lead in on Twitter this morning when we announced you were coming on the show. Your boy Manny Navarro, he responded and said, that dude didn't even get invited to Paradise Camp last weekend. So this is what I got for you, Kelvin. This is what I got for you. The most important question of the day right now on Green Tree in an Oklahoma drill, who wins between you and Manny Navarro?
That guy's got kids. I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't flat back him on Green Tree in front of everybody.
I wouldn't do it. He's got kids. Young kids.
That's true.
They don't need to see that, right?
They don't need their father in a wheelchair.
I love it.
I can't wait to clip that.
Yeah. Well, Kelvin, I know I speak for the 3 of us, man. This has been an absolute pleasure for me and the other 2 to get to hear you break down the offensive line. I've been waiting for 2 months to do this, so I really appreciate you spending time with us, man. This was very cool, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely.
All right, Kelvin, be good, man. Go Canes, and let's get it done Labor Day weekend.
Yes. Canes by 17.
Canes by 17. There we go.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, Kelvin. We appreciate you, man. Have a great night.
You guys take it easy.
All right.
How fun was that?
Man. That was awesome.
Ooh. You're not gonna get a breakdown from an OG that knows the game front to back, every inch of that offensive line and how blocking schemes are supposed to go and what dudes got what techniques down. That was really, really fun.
I love how you threw in that the Paradise Camp thing at the end of the interview, not at the start. It was probably a good thing you did that. Just saying.
Well, I had that Green Tree, Oklahoma deal. I had that question written down a month and a half ago, and then when I saw Navarro pop off this morning saying, "What the hell, dude? You're having that guy on your show?" He wasn't even one of the famous players invited. So, dude, but he doesn't want to end up in a wheelchair, man. Kelvin's going to treat him good and not engage.
That's it.
I'm clipping that, and we're sending that to Manny.
What a great interview.
Manny was watching. It's okay. He's watching it.
Yeah. What do you guys think, man? Caniacs, what's your take on the interview, man? The breakdown.
Well, I love talking O-line. I mean, because that's where it is. The O-line, defensive line. I mean, that's what I played in school was linebacker and offensive line. So I love it. I mean, I know sometimes people can, it's boring, but I mean, without the O-line, we ain't got nothing. We ain't got no running game. We ain't got no passing game. So it all boils down to that.
It's so relevant too, just because I think this is like, if any game it mattered, it's this first game on the season.
Yep.
Both sides of the line, it's going to be a trench war, man. And that's how. I mean, if we win, we want to pull up the upset. That's what's going to happen. We're going to have to dominate. And
Yep.
Kelvin said it best. It's one in the trenches.
Yep.
Right, and he broke down Alabama's defense. I mean, what he's a little concerned with, and
Phenomenal breakdown.
Yeah. So all we got to do is just worry about Nelson, and if Nelson and the right side could take care of it, we got a shot.
Oh, there we go. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, what do we got, Matty Ice, to close us out?
Well, I mean, there's one thing that I forgot that I didn't bring it up in the intro.
Yeah.
But did you guys see on Twitter? A lot of FSU fans and Miami fans were going at it just because of everything that happened with like Wesley and stuff.
Yeah.
And the whole argument of like, oh well, we have ACC championships and what do you have? And it's like, bro, are you serious? You haven't won a fucking championship forever, and we fucking beat the shit out of you. It's like, bro, I have a fucking rec league MVP award. That doesn't mean I'm, you know what I mean? Like, we're just tossing out
UCF have a chance.
Consolations.
UCF have a championship. I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a great graphic on social media yesterday, and the graphic was Florida State owning the state of Florida in recruiting in June 2021.
Just for June.
They can take June of 2021, which is 6 months before signing day. So, man, it's fuck Florida State, and it's fuck anybody that's rocking the garnet and gold, dude, all day long.
Yeah, absolutely. With that being said, are we getting into our last segment?
I think we're ready to close it out, Mr. Matty Ice.
Oh, yeah. Card of the week. Let's do it. All right, Chris. I started off last week, so it's your turn to start it off this week.
All right. So my card of the week. Last 2 weeks, we did a couple blasts from the past. This week, we're going to keep it current in the 2021 NFL draft class. Let me bring this up to the screen. Let's see if we get a zoom on. Look what we got. Okay. So,
little Jalen.
I got Jalen Phillips. This is Panini Contenders 2021. Their college ticket rookie card. So this is one of the most sought after rookie cards every year. Panini Contenders. It's the cracked ice background, as you can see. You got the Jalen Phillips signature right there. And then if I zoom in a little closer, right under the Miami logo, there's only 23 of these bad boys made. I paid a pretty penny. This was the first Panini Contenders cracked ice college ticket card that hit eBay. So I paid around $100 for it. And
oh my God.
I did, bro. I was the first one of the 23 on eBay. So I've seen a few of them go since then that have gone in the $40 to $60 range. So I had to be first, bro.
About 3 years, you're going to triple, quadruple your money. And you'll be all right.
That's what I got, man. Jalen Phillips.
I'm bringing this up because I feel like you guys are going to start to see the common theme. Obviously, Duke Johnson is one of my favorite. He is my favorite Hurricanes player. If we could get him on at any point, that would be amazing. So I actually got a twofer for you, but it's not cheating because it's a dual auto. Duke Johnson. Oops.
Let's see what we got.
Clive Walford, National Treasures. Okay. One of the more sought after products. One of the more high end ones.
I would say that is the most high end product.
Yeah, most high end product. 38 out of 49. But guess what?
What we got?
I got two of them.
Oh, you got two of them. How'd you score two of them?
Your boy wanted both of them.
You wanted
two
both
of my favorite Canes, man. Clive Walford, man, not really talked about as much, as the other, past tight ends of recent, but one of my favorite guys to watch too.
He's solid tight end, dude. He was solid.
Yeah. So that's why we're talking, man. I got a lot of Duke Johnson cards. So
I like it. Yeah. Wait, we're only 3 weeks in, and we got many, many more weeks until Labor Day of our Canes card of the week, man. So Matty Ice and I
have a bunch.
We're gonna keep pulling out some gems every single week for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. All
right, we're already trying to do the auction already.
I know. I'm sorry, Greg. They're not for sale, man.
Not for sale.
I collect, I don't sell.
Yeah, me and Matty Ice are real stingy on trying to not sell those collections.
I'll try to find you a link though, Greg, and I'll send it to you.
There we go. Mr. Caniacs, what are we going to close out with this week, my man?
Got to close out with, like we do every week, please follow us on all of our socials. You can also listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, all the major platforms. And you can also support the show by donating to our Cash App, Canes Call In. And Maddie, what the hell is so funny, bro?
Dude, you sound like Boom Howard for a second. Damn, man.
Caniac's just getting it in, dude. He's about chopping it up on the mic.
I'm excited, man. I want to go back and rewatch this show a little bit because I love what Kelvin had to say.
Oh.
I really am going to watch some of that. That shit sounds good.
Same.
Serious business.
Hey, you can add
Thank you, I appreciate
Caniacs
it.
and I on Warzone, Mr. HD. Hit us up.
Hit us up, bro.
Yeah, we'll add you.
Pass you one of those cards.
Yeah,
Hell
there we
yeah.
go. There we
Absolutely.
go. Hey, I've been working on my card collection since 1991, man. I'm 30 years deep on collecting Canes cards and other cards. So
Hey,
me
how
and
about
Matty
this?
Ice aren't selling too much.
If you agree to this, Chris, I'm putting you on the spot because we're on camera.
Yeah.
Once we hit 200 subscribers on YouTube, let's each give away a card.
Well, let me do that and raise it up one more. When we hit 200 subscribers on our YouTube channel, Matty Ice and I will give away a 5-card Canes pack. Could be rookie cards, autograph cards, could be jersey cards.
I'm down with that.
Could be singles. And just to let you know, I already got my 5-card pack put together right there for the Canes call and listen.
I do too, actually.
Oh,
Matty Ice and
I can
talked
do a
about
10.
this.
I can do 2 of them.
So let's do it. 200 subscribers. We'll figure out a way. We'll talk to Caniacs, get it worked out where we're going to give away 2 5-card Canes packs.
Let's do it.
We can figure that out. That'll be
I like
easy.
it. I like it. Well, hey, I think that's it, bros. I think that's all we got for this week. So until next
That's all I
week,
got. Go Canes.
it's all about the U, baby.